Greetings. A couple of weeks ago, I put up my patch on custom tone for the Placater Dirty Amp, which is based on the Friedman BE100, I think. And I think you guys liked it because sort of with like the first couple of days, it was downloaded about 250 times, which is great. So I hope you guys are enjoying it and like it. This is my absolute favorite patch. Obviously, I can't use it for everything, but stuff from AC/DC to Joe Bonamassa and Foo Fighters, that sort of stuff. This is my go-to patch. Absolutely love it. So I'll put the link up again on the YouTube thing down below, down there. But let me just quickly run through what I've got set up here. You can see here I've got two output settings. Okay, the 1/4 inch I use to send a signal direct to a power amp, which powers a Marshall 2x12 cab, which I have on stage with me. I don't always have it on stage with me. Obviously, depending what the gig pays, will determine whether or not I lug that extra gear. But the Marshall has the 2x12 vintage 30s, Celestion vintage 30s in them, and it just sounds fantastic. God, it's so nice. And so I kind of, I like to have that there with me. But obviously I can't always. So that's why I set up this output here. And this XLR output goes direct to PA. And that's why I've put this Celestion IR block here. So I use the Celestion Vintage 3412 high gain, but I use the 121 and 57 mic configuration there. Now, if you have a look here, I've got a low cut at 80 Hertz and a high cut at 6 kilohertz. It's probably, this might seem a little extreme, but the reason I did this is because I wanted to match the sound coming out of my PA to that of what I had on stage with me with my Marshall 2x12. So I put an EQ block in the front, and I set my PA up in my studio with me, and I just tweaked until the sound that was coming out of my PA matched pretty much what was coming out of my Marshall 2x12. And I think I got pretty close. So you can see how I've just boosted a few things. I've boosted the lows and boosted the mids. And I'm pretty close. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. But it's just such a fantastic patch. And I'll just show you what I've got set up here. I've got 4 snapshots, which I have for most of my patches anyway. And this is just how I've got snapshot 1. Okay, so drive at 3.5, bass 6.8, mids 8s, treble 7.6, presence 5.5, and I really just control little boosts and volume settings and stuff like that using the channel volume. The master I just leave flat at 5. It's sort of heavy enough. I don't need any sort of extra saturation there. Now the second drive, you can see here I've got two distortion blocks here. This one here is the Kinky Boost, which I obviously just use for a little boost, and this one I use the tube drive from the Legacy edition that came out a few updates ago. I don't know why I like it. It just sits well with this particular patch. But anyway, okay, so drive 2. You can see we just get like a little bit of a boost. I'll just toggle between number 1 and number 2. So there's quite a significant boost in the drive there, and I pull back a little bit on the channel volume. So 3.5 up to 5.8, but nothing comes on here. So for most of my playing using this patch, I would be on snapshot 2. It just sounds great for me. Snapshot 3, which I've labeled heavier. I bring in that tube drive, and there are the settings there. And for snapshot 4, give a little bit of a boost, but I also bring in the Kinky Boost there. Just get a little bit more of a kick in the guts. But yeah, 4 is, as the name suggests, quite ridiculous for what I do anyway. You guys might like it. I'm not a metal player, so I probably don't need to go quite that heavy, but it's there just in case the mood takes me. But anyway, yeah, so that's the Placater Dirty patch that I uploaded to Custom Tone about 2 weeks ago now. So that's what it looks like. And now what I'll do is I'll just record a couple of samples through each of these snapshots, just so you can hear them in action. And I'll put the link to Custom Tone. If you like it, go ahead, download it, share it around. Obviously, I can't include this IR. Because obviously I don't own the intellectual property to any Celestion product, so I'm not going to upload that. But that's what I'm using. I'm using a vintage 3412 high gain with a 12157. That's what I choose. You've probably got your own IR that you go to. So just basically insert it there. Look, if you upload that patch. If you import that patch into your thing, it's automatically going to select whatever IR block or IR thing you have sitting in 71. Okay, so I don't know what you've got in there, but it will automatically default to that because that's where I have this particular patch sitting in my IR browser. So you'll just have to go through and find whatever one you want to use and just select it into there. But yeah, anyway, so 1/4 inch goes to power amp, and that goes to my PA. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, and happy playing.